Hi, I'm Meg Travers. I'm the Digital Archive Support Manager at the State Records Office of Western Australia. We're in the archive collection of the State Records Office that's held in the Alexander Library building in Northbridge. We look after the government records that are created and maintained by this state, and we provide people with access to them so that they can look up what's been done in the past. Most archives measure their holdings in shelf kilometres. We have around 15 kilometres of records in our collection. Some people think of an archive as being full of dusty old documents, but as you can see looking around here, there is absolutely no dust in this collection at all. We preserve things very, very carefully. When items are first brought into the collection from government agencies or from private individuals, they are first treated to make sure that they don't bring anything bad into the collection. One of the things that we do is we put them into giant freezers. This freezes any kind of insect activity so that they can then be destroyed and the records, the paper and what have you, treated so it can be kept for the long term. I was interested in looking at some of the records that have been lost across time to do with the space program for a presentation I was giving. I was speaking via email with a man over east who looks after a website that tracks the history of the tracking stations. He mentioned this anniversary was coming up. We kicked around the office what we could do to celebrate it. And one of the things that was suggested was someone said, wouldn't it be great if we could talk to the people who are on the space station? It had to be tried, so we emailed NASA, and the next morning we had an answer from them. They were in. These are the documents that were kept by the City of Perth during and after the event that we're celebrating tonight, the City of Light, where the city turned on all of the lights for astronaut John Glenn. This was written by Mrs. Wendell E. Rice of Hamburg in New York. She sent it through to the Lord Mayor of the City of Perth. The poem is titled The Lights of Perth. This is interesting. This is the Lord Mayor's response to Mrs. Lester of Kansas in the US. He's thanks her for her letter of the 13th of October in which she enclosed envelopes bearing first day covers which he autographed and returned to her on her request. The Lord Mayor was really treated like a rock star at the time of this event. I regret that I did not have more time to spend with you during your visit to this country. Those were indeed hectic days, but perhaps we will have time in the future to get better acquainted. Annie and I thank you very much for the wonderful gift of silver to her from the City of Perth. Such craftsmanship is indeed rare, and we appreciate your thoughtfulness more than we can say. The Lights of Perth will be a remembrance to me as long as I live, and a remembrance to all of the people of our country of the friendship that has and will exist between our two countries. Our best regards to you and all of our friends in Australia. Sincerely, John H. Glenn Jr., Lieutenant Colonel, United States Marine Corps, Mercury astronaut. With people like those of Perth to light our way when things look dark, I realise now that eventually the world will travel from dark into new light on its long flight to freedom. This is another one that might interest people interested in space exploration. This is a file dating from the 1950s to the 1970s from the Midwest of Western Australia. These are police reports of sightings of unidentified flying objects. We've got some fantastic drawings that people did where a number of people witnessed. Here we go. This in the sky. He estimated that at the time, 6:45 p.m, that the reddish-white tail, this section, was 1/4 of a mile long, which he figured that out by judging against the breadth of Cockatoo Island at the time. If you want to view any of the records in our collection, we're located in the Alexander Library building. Anyone can come in and request to look at them. Items that are restricted in access need an application to view them. Otherwise, come in and register as a researcher and have a look.